Hey guys, and welcome back to another video on FNaF. So today's video is one that I've been waiting to do for a while now. I've been hinting at which animatronics have been my favorites in my recent videos and decided I had to make a tier list of, in my opinion, the top 10 best FNaF animatronics. But before we start, I know a lot of you don't like it when my intros are too long, but I'm just so thankful for all of you and I never want you to forget it. The world is going through a tough time right now and you guys in your comments have been getting me through every day, so thank you so much for all of your love and support. I can't believe that we're almost at 40,000 subscribers. It feels like yesterday that I was thanking you guys for 1,000. Also, if you didn't see, I responded to someone's comment asking if I could do a face reveal at 100k and I said yes. But I feel like maybe I'll do it sooner. It depends on how fast we hit 100k. That number doesn't even seem real, so I don't know. I would love to do playthroughs of FNaF and FNaF fan games for you guys, so if that's something you want to see, then let me know in the comments. Okay, sorry for the long intro. Let's jump right into the video. So for my number 10 spot, I have Mr. Hippo. So you can laugh all you want at this, but Mr. Hippo is such an iconic character. Ultimate Custom Night was a fantastic game and really shook up the FNaF franchise. The voice acting in that game was so good, and one of the huge highlights was Mr. Hippo.
Mr. Hippo, man.
My friend, you have met a terrible, terrible demise. But, you know, I don't feel too bad about it. After all, if it weren't from me, it would have just been from someone else, you know? I guess what I'm trying to say is life goes on. well, for everyone else, life goes on. Not for you. You're dead.
Joe Gaudette really killed it, no pun intended, with his voice. Mr. Hippo's 3-hour-long story times quickly became one of the most iconic moments in FNaF history, and that's why he made my top 10. Now on to my number 9 spot. For number 9, we have Nightmare Foxy. FNaF 4 brought along some fantastic new animatronics to the FNaF franchise, and Scott really popped off on these new designs. When I first saw Nightmare Foxy on Scott Games, I was blown away by how creepy his design was. I was also shocked by his tongue, which later got removed in the final game. Foxy's a lot of the fandom's favorite character, and I think this really is one of the best variations of that character. Now on to number 8. The Funtime animatronics changed the game as far as animatronic designs. Scott took a more modern and glossy look to his new cast of animatronics in Five Nights at Freddy's sister location. One of those animatronics that caught my interest was Ballora. Ballora made it to my number 8 spot because she is nothing like we've ever seen before. I don't know how Scott managed to do it, but he made a ballerina scary. I love the design, voice, and mechanics of this character, and I think Scott's creativity really shined with this one. Now on to my number 7 spot. For number 7, we have yet another Funtime animatronic, Funtime Foxy. If you remember from my video where I describe every FNaF animatronic in 10 words or less, I said that I really liked Funtime Foxy's design, and that's still true. And if you haven't checked out that video, I'll put a link to it in the top right corner so you can watch it right after this one. I think Funtime Foxy has the cleanest design of any animatronic I've seen. Scott really nailed the aesthetic of the Funtime themed Foxy character with its bow tie, big tail, and golden eyes. Now on to my number 6 spot. For number 6, we have Withered Freddy. We first saw Withered Freddy in the release of FNaF 2, and I really do believe that he is the second best Freddy design we've ever seen. Withered Freddy's design looks a lot bigger and is a lot more scary than the FNaF 1 Freddy in my opinion. The little bit scattered placement of his teeth and the emphasized facial features really make this Freddy shine over the others. Also, I think it's the smaller torso and longer limbs that make him seem more intimidating. That's why he made it to my number 6 spot. Now on to number 5. In my number 5 spot, I have Baby. When I saw Baby in the sister location trailer, I immediately fell in love. But not in that way, like don't get it twisted, but yeah. Her design is unlike anything we've ever seen in FNaF before. I love how Scott sort of moved away from the animal type animatronics and tried his shot at human-like animatronics, and I think he nailed it. This animatronic looks cute, but can also be terrifying at the same time, and I think if you achieve that, then you did something really right. Also, I love the addition of the clown shoes. It really adds to her whole design. I only have one question. Where does the ice cream come from? In my number 4 spot, I have Nightmare Bonnie. Like I said before with Nightmare Foxy, Scott really did amazing work with these nightmare designs. Scott's intention with FNAF 4 was to make it the scariest FNAF game, and I really think he achieved that. From the teeth, to the pointy claws, to the red bow tie, this animatronic is truly terrifying.
Yes, or my bed, my bed, my deathbed. Oh! I don't know any breathing! Oh! Breathing!
Scott did an amazing job at making this character look tall too. I would not want to wake up to this thing standing beside my bed, I'm just gonna say that. And that's why he made it to my number 4 spot. On to my top 3, here we go. In my number 3 spot, I have Ennard. Ennard, also known as Mr. Scoopy. This animatronic, if you want to call it that, is another thing that we've never seen before in the FNAF universe until Sister Location. Like I said in one of my previous videos, this animatronic is the definition of bad cable management. And although Ennard is featured in Sister Location, I really think he shines more in the Help Wanted vent repair game. Ennard is creepy enough on his own, but seeing him animated and crawling towards you is terrifying.
Shut it down! Oh! What the heck? No!
Scott did an amazing job at making this character what it was meant to be, a mix of a bunch of animatronics, and made it as clean as possible. On to my number 2 spot. In my number 2 spot, I have Springtrap. Springtrap was probably the most hyped animatronic in all of FNAF history. FNAF 3's trailer on Scott's YouTube channel is actually the most viewed FNAF trailer to this day. This game and this animatronic is what kickstarted this crazy lore adventure that we're still on today. This is also the first time we've seen human parts inside of an animatronic. I think Scott nailed this design. There are so many little details that Scott put into this animatronic that make it so realistic and spooky. You can really tell how much decay and damage this character has been through. Although the jump scare for Springtrap wasn't Scott's best, the idea that this thing is slowly coming to kill you is terrifying in itself. Now on to my number 1 spot. Here we go. So if you've been following this channel for a while, you might have caught some hints at what animatronic is my favorite. But if you don't know already, my favorite animatronic is Nightmare Freddy. And it's hard for me to even explain why Nightmare Freddy is my favorite, but I think it has something to do with the first time we saw him in the FNAF 4 The Final Chapter teaser on Scott Games. I think the initial reaction to seeing a Nightmare animatronic for the first time really stuck with me because we've never seen anything like this before that teaser. I love this design. Also, the 3 little Freddles crawling out of him, I think that was a great idea by Scott. I'd imagine that the Freddles are a nightmare version of the Freddy plushies sitting on the bed in FNAF 4, but that's just a guess. I also love the glowing eyes literally staring into our souls on this animatronic. It really adds to the design. And that's it for my top 10 best FNAF animatronics, in my opinion. I want to know what your top 10 animatronics are in the comment section below, so let me know. Also, let me know if you'd be interested in a face reveal and some FNAF playthroughs. I think that would be really fun. Anyways, I hope you guys liked the video. Don't forget to subscribe and have a great day. Bye. Bye. Bye.